Shire. Today we're doing a build video. I forgot what we were doing. A build video, and guess what? It is a base game build. For once in my life, I've done just a full base game house, and it hurt my soul. Like, I wish I had a certain piece of clutter here and there, and then this piece. It's just base game. Okay, it's very sad, but it does still look cute. Okay, I give myself claps for this. You can make a base game house look cute, you know. It just doesn't hit as good as a house with all the packs. This is just a random house. There's no family for this as well. I was just, you know, building. At first I was gonna do like a beachy house and do like a beach salon-y house, but then I was like, oh, let's do base game. So this is what I made. It's kind of a weird layout, I will say. Bathroom here, and then this goes to a nursery, and then the side bedroom is attached as a full bedroom, and then there's like 3 balconies on this side as well. It's weird. I don't know. This is what you get with my own imagination, because I didn't look at a house on Pinterest or an inspo pic or anything like that. This is what I get for going off my own head. So I just started with a box and just kept adding on to it, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do some like protruding balconies or something, and then I confused myself, so I sat here for like 5 minutes thinking like, wait, what am I doing? and then I started to go again. I don't know what this is, and I made like a huge chimney for some reason. Let's not talk about that. I left it like that. But there's like a huge chimney on the side for some reason. It's fine. It looks okay. And then it takes me ages to do the roof for some reason. It just always takes me so long to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with the roof. This looks terrible, by the way. But it's fine. I fixed it. And then I just do a bunch of, they have a huge yard. I didn't take up much space. I just did like a small block, and then I made a huge backyard for some reason, which I didn't want to fill. So I put a pool and then gardening stuff back there, and then a weird pavilion thing I found in base game. It's cute. Sometimes we do have some good base game items, okay, but there's not enough. Okay, the couch situation was dismal. Okay, it was not good. I don't know what's happening with those couches. They are not good at all. The beds, they're alright. The beds are okay. The couches are not okay. The kitchen is, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. But yeah, the living room situation is not ideal. But the rest of it, they have a lot of good baby stuff, so I don't feel too bad about the baby room. But everything else was kind of trash. But that's what happened. And then I don't know, I wanted to have like a little open, I don't even know if this like really goes with the house style, but I did like an open like back porch area with like open archways. I don't know what I was doing, but that is what I did. And then I was gonna do the same to the front, but then I just made like a little step up porch thing. I don't know, it's literally 2 tiles wide, and then it's just the doorway. It's just a tiny little step up. I don't know why, but that's what I did. And the wallpaper situation, trash. I wish I had more wallpaper. I've been using a lot of the businesses and hobbies wallpaper lately, and then something else. The Love Struck pack wallpaper, I like those too right now. I've been using those a lot. But I just did like wood paneling and then stone. I don't know. It kind of gives beach house, but also not. I don't know what's happening, and you'll see my gigantic chimney, but ignore that. It's fine. We ignore that, okay? And then obviously just base game windows. Oh my gosh, terrible. I just did, I don't know, not modern, not too modern, but not too like old school. It's like it's a little bit of an in between, I guess. I don't know. And then, like I said, the layout is super weird. There's 3 balconies in the front, and then they all go to the 1 bedroom. So if you would actually play in this and expand the family, you would have to renovate. because I've attached the nursery to the bedroom. And then I didn't show you guys, but there's a whole attic space. So there's a bunch of room in here. So you can split the, well, I guess you can split the bottom level and have a hallway go through into the attic area. And then you could have potentially 2 rooms up there. There's a lot of space up in the attic. And then I only have a half a bath and then 1 full bath. So you might want to add another bathroom or something. You could turn that little side shed piece, whatever you want to call that, into another bathroom. It's just like a little, what are those things called? They have a specific name for them. Like a mudroom, maybe? Is that the right name? A mudroom? That's what I was kind of thinking that was. Because it goes off to, it's literally 2 steps away from the front door, but it's fine. So there's 3 entrances into this house. That's a lot. But it's fine, guys. But yeah, the attic is just empty. I would have put like boxes and stuff in there, like they've shoved some items up there, but obviously I don't got a lot of stuff going on. All of the boxes and like the cool stuff are in all the other packs. So I couldn't really, I was like, should I just leave it empty or throw something up here? I just left it empty. So that's empty, and then, like I said, nursery plus bedroom. And then I did simple. I feel like my gardening. I can never say that. Gardening. Okay, gardening is always the same. I use all of the same plants. Oh well, no, well, do I? I think I do. All the plants I use are in base game, so I use all of the same plants that I usually do. And then I felt like a full fenced in was too much. Even this felt like too much, but I left it like that. And then I sized up some bushes and did the final line as the rest of the fence line, I guess. And then I put the pool on my right, so your left. I don't know. I put the pool right there, and then a little gardening section beside it, and then the pavilion thing goes. You don't really need the extra pavilions to already have this like open porch area, but it's filled up the space, so I put it out there. It looks okay. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Okay. And that's pretty much like my thought process here. I don't know. And then I felt like it was a lot of like gravel or whatever this is, the terrain paint going on. So that's why I left that whole like green patch there, and then I fill that with plants. And then I fill it up with real plants. I pulled them from the gallery and I just placed them all down. And I don't know, I feel like it might be too much. All these yellow bushes in the front, it might just be like a little too much. I might have went too far. I could have switched it up a little, but I went very like manicured and cutesy. I don't know. So it could either be like a single mom living here or just a starter family with both parents who just moved into this house and they need to renovate and expand, because that situation is not ideal for when the child is either a child or a teen. It's a little weird, you know, so you might have to remove or push back a wall or two. Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, very manicured. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I just did it. Okay, I felt like what was it? Lining the path with the bushes, and then the other side's just blank. And I just put some simple trees in here, pretty chill. And then I feel like trees just look weird without anything beneath them, so I always put like plants or something beneath them just to give it a little because they always look so weird. I feel like, I don't know, they just look fake. I don't know, if you just leave them like that, they look a little fake. Okay, and then I put a little gardening patch back here, and then there you go. I switched that tree out in the backyard for a fountain, I think, just because I felt like the tree would get annoying if you were planting flowers back there. So I put a little fountain over there. And then I don't fix the wallpaper until the very end. I just put simple, I think like whitish wallpaper with like a vague flower outlines in them for everything else. And then the kids' room has its own kitty wallpaper. And then the wallpaper in the bedroom is like that giant leafy wallpaper. Yeah, that's it. Kept the kitchen simple, blue fridge for funsies, and then this counter is pretty simple. There is the like not new. They're somewhat new. It came with like a base game update. The fancy base game counters. I felt like that was too much for this build because it's not so nice. If I had done like a modern house, I would have used them, but I didn't. So I used these ones because I felt like they fit the vibe more. And there's not too many good base game lights, I will say. They were all ugly to me. I was like, none of these really match the aesthetic. So I just picked a random one and went with it. It was so ugly. I was maybe I should have just used the saucers, but I didn't. I used this weird like circle. It looks like it's like has like a fabric-y circle around. I don't know. I'm not really explaining this correctly. But I used that light. It's not the best. It's kind of ugly. Okay. And I actually kept the clutter in here pretty dang simple. And then, you know, I filled up the space quite a bit for what I had going on. And I usually use a bunch of these, like, they're like the benches, but they're like the couches, but in bench form. They did that like a lot in the later packs. So I went to that category and there's nothing in there. I was so sad. There was only 2 and it was like very ornate bench cushions, I guess. I used one of them that was like a little less ornate. I don't know. But I was very sad when I went to that category. But I think some of the items I believe that are base game right now they also have like creator base game items that people have made as well. I don't know who they are, but some of the items were quite good for me and I used those. I think it's the dining chairs and then the table I was going to use, but it was too big for the space. So yeah, those were pretty good pieces as well. A little fireplace, and then it doesn't really make sense because this goes up into the attic enclave I have, but that's fine. Sims doesn't have to make complete sense, okay? Ignore that. Oh yeah, I was like, I should use the inflatable cushions, but no. I put those back. But I always throw out like all of the possible furniture pieces that I like, and then I eliminate them one by one. I'm like, okay, let's do this one, and then I just arrange everything around that. Okay. But yeah, it looks okay. I don't like it per se, but it's okay for base game. Okay, it's fine. And I was also going to do a budget, like a base game starter, but let's not push myself. Okay. I barely did this one. Okay. I've been saying I was going to do a base game for how long? A couple months now. I'm like, I'll just do base game, and then I never quite do base game. I always end up doing something else. But this time I stuck to it. I was like, let's do base game. Okay. And then I'm so sad because I always use, if I have like what is this, flooring, like wood to tile, I usually put a small like trim fence in between so the transition is not as bad. There's none of that in base game, so that's quite sad. That was sad. I wanted that. I don't know what pack that comes with. It's so good. I always use that because it's just like a little trim piece. It looks good. And then I put, you know, the pillows come in clutch. They make the living room look a little bit more cozy. And then just a little entryway, like I always do. My shoe rack, I think I delete those, and I put a thing there instead. Maybe I keep one. And then I put the alarm. I put all the alarms in there. The only thing I forgot when I uploaded it, I forgot a mailbox. And then when I came back, there was just a mailbox in the middle of the living room. I was like, oh, there's no mailbox? Okay, let me just go back. So I took the bill down from the gallery, and then I re-uploaded it with a mailbox. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, why is there a mailbox in the living room? I must have forgotten it. Yeah. Because I forget it just auto places it whenever like downloads or something. So that was funny. And then that's pretty much it in here. And then I think I do the bathroom or the little entry on the side. I don't know. There's nothing in there. There's just like clutter. It's just clutter, okay? And I jump back and forth a lot because like I don't really know what I'm doing here. But I just leave it at this little bit of clutter that I have going on because I didn't really like any of the clutter that I had. I was sad. I was like, no, I don't have any of my favorite clutter pieces. You know what would have been good? What is the, I like, what pack do I like the most? I think I like the bathroom clutter kit or something. One of the bathroom kits. And then the, like, treasure, what is that one called? The basement treasures kit. I like that one. I don't know. I need all the packs, guys. I have a bit of an issue. I need the new kits as well, but I'm not buying them. Okay, I'm not buying them. I refuse. There's too many kits. I do not need anything else. I'm just gonna start downloading CC. Okay, I'm just gonna fill my game with CC. I don't usually use build CC. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't know. There's a bunch of good stuff though, because I like to do maxis match stuff. But sometimes I used to have a bunch of alpha CC in my games, but I got tired of like updating it and removing it, so I just stuck to what I have now. But then I think it's it. I don't know. I would have liked to have more of like the blooming rooms kit would have been nice in here. Some more like gardening stuff. Like the big giant shelf units. I wanted some of those, but there's literally no shelves in base game. Like what the heck? There's no shelves. Okay, that was sad. And then the plants are they kind of suck. Okay, the plants options are kind of trash in base game. So what sucks in base game? The couches, the plants, and then I guess the lamp, couches, lamps, and then the plants kind of suck. Those were the only thing. Oh, and there's no shelves. So we need more shelves, couches, and plants and lamps in base game. That's a lot of stuff. There's probably more, but those are the ones I'm like thinking of that I was like, I need this, and there's nothing there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I think the only thing I do out in the like the open patio area, I just put a couple of seats out there and then some planter boxes, and then the grill goes underneath that pavilion type thing right there. So that pavilion is like kind of extra and you really don't need it, but I don't know, I kind of liked it. Okay, I know it's like another big like thing, but I think it looked okay. I don't know. And like I said, I fixed all the wallpaper at the very end for some reason. I was like, I don't know what wallpaper I'm gonna use, so I'm not gonna do it right now. I kept it till the end because I was like, I don't really like any of these, so let's just do that after the fact once I put all the furniture in and come back, okay? And then I didn't use a lot of paintings in here. There was like no like wall space. Everything was covered in like windows and something else. So I really didn't put any of the paintings in here, so I didn't really take a good look at what was in there. It was probably, I don't know. There's a lot of base game paintings, but they're also expensive and stuff like that. I don't know. But in the outdoor area, pretty simple, pretty casual. There's like 15 seating areas out here, so I don't know. Have a party, fill up the space. That's all I gotta say. It's there's not a lot going on back here. I would have put a hot tub back here, but the only one I seen was the one with like the roof on it, and I didn't want the one with the roof. Unless I'm blind. But I'm pretty sure that's the only one in base game. And that's it, I think. Goodbye. There we go. And then I just filled that little tree space with a bunch of plants. And that's it. And then I could have put some kid stuff. But the kid's not a kid, it's just a baby. So having a full-on playground equipment might not make that much sense. I don't know. And then we go upstairs, maybe after I do the plants or something. I don't know. Oh, and you know what else sucks? The rugs. I hate the rugs. You know, I think I used the same one like 2 or 3 times in here. I don't know. or a similar one. I used all of like the beige and brown one because this house is kind of that like vibe, beige and brown type. I don't know. And I hate how you can't size down candles. Why do they make the candles so big? Like they're low-key enormous. Like what is wrong with them? Some of the items are comically big in this house, in the Sims. There's like so many items that are so large. You're like, what the heck were they thinking? What is the scale they were scaling this to? That's pretty much it. Yeah, and then we go upstairs. I kept the main bedroom very, very simple. And then I have somewhat of a landing up there. It's just like, yeah, it's a almost 3 tile of a landing. That's good enough. And I struggled with the layout, like I said originally. So I moved the bathroom door to the landing, and for like when you want to expand, so it makes more sense. The bathroom's out there. You can, I guess, push this wall over one tile and then push this wall over the other tile to have like a single tile corridor down the middle, or a 2 tile corridor, depending on how you want to split the rooms up. And then the upstairs, like I said, is very large. I don't think I don't know if I show it or not. I just throw wallpaper up there and that's it, and a light. And then yeah, that's it. It could fit up to like 2 rooms, or you can just have like an open hangout area. I don't know. That's what I've been doing. Putting like a family room in the attic. Weird. Make you climb up the little ladder. I wish we had the like pull down ladders for actual attics. I think that would look really nice in this house if there was one like that, but we don't. We just have like a simple ladder. And then I also wish, I don't know, I wish the Sims, it would probably be hard to animate. Like, I wish, like, if you had a like climb out window, they could go under the roof. If it was like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but if it was like flat enough, the Sim could stand on it or like sit on the roof. Something like that would be cool. Because lots of like the windows, they look like you would climb out the window and then you would climb down the side to sneak out, wouldn't be much better. I feel instead of having that like whole platform area with a random hole in the floor for the ladder, and you thought it just looks weird to me. Okay, it's not the best. Okay, but I don't know how they would have that work, but that would look better. Okay. The house, I decided mid house to have the baby, so I put a whatever you call that downstairs, what is that, high chair. And then I split this up. Originally I was gonna make the other side like an office or an RT room. The only skill building activities in here, I guess, would be the computer, the telescope, and then you can swim, so that's fitness, or the TV's fitness if you do like the little workouts on there, and then gardening. Okay, that's it. But I made the room very cutesy and fun. I don't know. It's base game. It's okay. It looks cute. I use most of this stuff anyway. I always use those like those 4 like children prints on the wall. I think they're cute. And then I put a bassinet and a bed in here because I wasn't. It feels like a infant's room, but you know, you can instantly age them up and have it into a what's the other one? Infant, toddler. Is there another one? I don't know. There's a bassinet and a crib. Okay, so it's a baby, infant, and then toddler, I think. And then all of my good clutter pieces are gone. Like, there's no clutter. There's only those weird train sets and cars. Okay, I don't want those, and like the plant figurines and stuff like that. I don't want those. They don't make any sense. Okay, but I did use a plant. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it in here. They would be good for I'm gonna do a Toy Story thing for my other build for Santa Claus. I don't know if that's out yet, but I'll link it up above if it is. I'm gonna do a Santa Claus build because I did a Santa Claus Cavs and then the Mrs. Claus and then a Grim Reaper. So I did that, and then they're gonna have their own businesses. I still haven't decided the Grim Reaper's business because I didn't want to do a funeral home. I don't know. I don't know. Someone give me an idea for a Grim Reaper owner business. I don't know. But that's all I had for you guys today. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.